Sanju Samson goes where no Indian batter ever has in the format, and the wrist spinners then run riot as India dominate in Durban to take a 1-0 lead in their 4-match T20I series in South Africa. Let's run you through the talking points from the series opener. Starman Samson has to be where we begin, right? 2 innings ago, the conversation was very different. Has Samson wasted another opportunity? When will Samson grab hold of any chance? Well, it looks like he finally is, because in his last 2 innings, Samson has scored nearly half as many runs as he had in 28 T20I innings preceding that over the course of a decade-long stop-start career. It has possibly been one of the most stop-starts careers we'll ever see. But is Samson finally making the right noises? He knows Jaiswal and Gill are the incumbents, but 3 more chances here in South Africa, and if he can continue in this rich vein of form, his case will be more compelling than it ever has before. You could have been forgiven for thinking, have India gone one spinner too many in this contest? Small boundaries, you saw how much South Africa's spinners struggled, but India's 2 specialist spinners are the ones who sealed the fate of this contest, because South Africa did get off to a good start until Varun Chakravarthy and Ravi Bishnoi entered the scene. Chakravarthy continuing what has been a fine resurgence back into the India T20I setup. 3 wickets for him, each of them a prize scalp. Rickelton, who was going well at the top, and then Klaasen and Miller in the same over to derail South Africa's chase. Bishnoi himself got 3 wickets, and while those wickets came later on, arguably his more telling contribution came in his earlier overs. The first 2 overs costing only 9, and the pressure kept building on the South African batters. All told, you look at the middle overs of both the innings and you see where the game was won. India 119 for 3, South Africa 80 for 5. For South Africa, a largely forgettable outing, but they will be pleased with the successful returns for Jansen and Gerald Coetzee. Both these pacers had been on a conditioning break offered to them by Cricket South Africa, and both of them were by far their most effective players on the night. Between them, 4 wickets for 61 runs. Coetzee accounting for Abhishek Sharma at the start, and then Hardik, Pandya and Rinku Singh towards the end. And Jansen ended up being the most economical bowler on the night on either side. So good returns for 2 pacers who are very important for South Africa across formats. One area for India to possibly reconsider is their batting depth. You saw Axar Patel at 7 and Arshdeep Singh at number 8 in what was a bit of a harkback to Indian white ball cricket till maybe a year or 2 ago, because you've seen how successful the move to have a longer batting lineup has been both at the T20 World Cup and then in the T20Is India have played after that World Cup win. Perhaps the collapse is purely coincidental. India did manage only 27 runs from the last 27 balls of this innings after Samson fell. But you are always likelier to avoid that situation when you bat deep. And it is a deviation from what has clearly been a tactic that Indian cricket has moved towards in recent times. So perhaps that is something that we may see a rethink of in the coming T20Is.